Hey Cinder, what do you think of changing damage types? Like changing the soul knife to do frost damage for ice daggers or radiant for a holy assassin. I think that's a great idea, but you gotta keep in mind two things. Number one, I think there's some nuance to when you should and shouldn't do this. Since sorcerers get an ability to change their spells damage with metamagic, and it's also one of the big features the scribe wizard gets, I probably wouldn't do it with spells if I had either in my campaign. The other thing to keep in mind is that not all damage is created equal. Your basic damage is your slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning, that's the physical damage. And the next tier up is the elemental damage. Cold, acid, poison, fire, lightning, thunder. And in that, poison is probably the weakest and thunder is probably the strongest. And the tier above that would be psychic, radiant, necrotic, and force damage. And in that list, I think necrotic is probably the weakest and force is probably the strongest. So I would probably keep the switch to things on the same tier or below it. And I don't even want to talk about blueberry damage.